You know, we delivered newspapers for almost 8 years before that woman T-boned us, and we ended up being fired 2 days before Thanksgiving. Um, but during those 8 years, or nearly 8 years, we had a lot of stuff happen. And so on occasion, I'll be talking about things that happened when we were delivering papers. Some of it funny, some of it not so funny. Um, some of it weird. Like when we first started delivering, we had one route and we were delivering out in the country. And I guess Josh had put his head back, was resting his eyes. We were getting near being done with the route. And we were out in the country and we went by this house and there's all these people laying on the ground in the yard with men in black with guns trained on them. Like, oh my God. And I didn't see anything that said police. So I didn't know if it was police and the home had been raided, maybe a drug bust or something, or if it was bad guys. I didn't know if they were going to come after us. And I didn't have a chance to even say anything to Josh before we went on by. I just flew by and got out of there because I didn't know what was going on and didn't want to be a part of it. But looking back, we're figuring that it was the police had did a drug raid and they had the guns trained on them while they were getting everybody rounded up and searching through the house and whatnot. But that was really something. And then there was another time we were delivering that same route. And I had stopped at a stop sign, crossed the road. We were starting to drive by this big farm when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you know that nursery rhyme, the cow jumped over the moon? I didn't know cows could jump. Believe me, they can. This cow, all of a sudden, just like a deer, just jumped in front of us from out of nowhere. Didn't see it. It just all of a sudden it was right there. And luckily at the time we were in a van, and so we were in a bigger vehicle and we were up higher, and that thing still looked big. I hate to even imagine what it would have been like if we were in like a smaller car, like when we continued on with the routes and had the 5 routes for a while there. We had gone over to using cars because it was a lot cheaper on gas, easier to stop and start to get the stops done to deliver the papers. So um, that was really something. And another time, right in that same area, we were driving through and they had come out of the field with a bunch of mud and they left a huge, huge chunk of it must have been clay because it was like solid. And good thing we were still in that big van because we hit that and hit it hard. And it just skimmed the top off of it as hard as we hit it. And luckily, it didn't seem to do any damage. If we'd been in one of the cars at that point, it probably would have like totaled the car because it was just they really shouldn't be allowed to bring all that mud up on the road. And if they do, they should be going back and checking and getting it taken care of because it could cause some bad accidents. I know in more recent years they had started putting signs about mud on road to warn you when they were, on and off the field, and so you know that it might be mucky and slippery. But yeah, we went through a lot of things. That's just a small smidgen of what we went through. And let us know. Did you know that cows can jump? I never had any idea, but I do now. All right, everybody, take care. Bye.